There are only a handful of artists left who truly represent the sound of the 1980s, and Phil Collins is one of them. Over the years, we've lost so many legends from that era, voices that helped define an entire decade, and today Phil Collins stands as one of those last living connections to that sound. But out of all the hits he's created, there's one that stands above the rest. A song surrounded by mystery, rumors, and one of the most iconic moments in television history. In the Air Tonight was released in 1981 from the album Face Value. The song got a big resurgence in 1984 due to it being included in the hit show Miami Vice. Phil Collins has created a lot of incredible music over the years. But In the Air Tonight is something different. And part of what made the song feel even bigger was how it was used later on. In 1984, Miami Vice featured In the Air Tonight in one of the most iconic scenes. During a tense nighttime drive in the episode Brother's Keeper, there is almost no dialogue, just visuals, atmosphere, and that slow, haunting build of the song. It didn't just play in the background, it became the moment. And for a lot of people, that scene helped cement the song's legacy even further. When Collins released this song as his debut solo single, it didn't sound like anything else on the radio. It was stripped down, minimal, built around a drum machine, eerie keyboards, and a slow, almost hypnotic progression. And then comes that drum fill. Recorded using a gated reverb effect, something Collins had been experimenting with, it created a massive explosive sound that would go on to define 80s production. That moment didn't just make the song famous, it changed how drums sounded in pop music for years. Now, you probably heard at one point that there's a rumor that the song is about a man who watched someone drown and didn't help. Some versions even claim that Phil Collins tracked that person down and confronted them. It's a great story, but it's not true. Phil Collins has repeatedly said that the song is not about any specific incident like that. In reality, the lyrics were written during a difficult time in his life while going through a divorce from his first wife. He has described the words as coming from a place of emotional stress, anger, and confusion, not a literal story. So the mystery that people feel when they hear it, that's real, but the rumor isn't. There's something about this song that just sticks with people. It doesn't rush, it doesn't follow any typical structure. It builds slowly, almost uncomfortably, until everything finally releases in that one explosive moment. And that's what makes it powerful. It feels earned. Over time, In the Air Tonight became one of Phil Collins' signature songs. It reached number 2 on the UK singles chart and helped launch his solo career after his work with Genesis. It's been featured in films, television, and commercials for decades, and that drum fill has become one of the most recognizable moments in music history. Even people who don't know the song by name, they know that moment. And when you look back at the 1980s, it's hard not to notice how many legendary artists from that era are no longer with us. Over the years, we've lost a significant number of voices that helped define that decade, which makes artists like Phil Collins even more important today because they're not just musicians anymore. They're living connections to a time in music that still resonates decades later. In the Air Tonight isn't just a hit song, it's a moment. It's the kind of track that doesn't rely on trends, formulas, or anything flashy. It just builds slowly, patiently, and then delivers something unforgettable. That's rare. And it's a big reason why the song still connects with people today, because at its core, it's not about a rumor. It's not about a myth. It's about real emotion. And sometimes that's more powerful than any story people try to attach to it. Did you ever believe the rumor about this song, or did you always think that there was something deeper behind it? Go ahead and let me know. And if you enjoyed today's video, please hit the subscribe and join the tribe. And please check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.